Okay, I tried something new with my hair today, and that is doing nothing to it. But when I curled it, I like curled the front forward so it's like coming down cutely. Maybe I need curtain bangs or something. I don't know. You guys can let me know. So hi, today I am sitting down, gonna be doing my makeup because look, I need to chat. I'm trying to discover who I am. Who even am I? Who am I? I don't know. I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want. I don't know who I want to be. I think this is many of us, okay? I really do. I think that a lot of us are kind of in this transitional period of life where it's like, what even? What I should be doing right now, first of all, I should stop using the word should. But second, I should be filming a video testing new makeup. You know why? Because you guys like that. You want that. That's the content that you're interested in. I need to get this out of the way first, and then I'm gonna go back to her. Look, we need to talk about changing as a person because I'm not doing well with it. People change, right? People grow, they change. I am having a hard time with that change though, because I don't know what I'm changing into. My husband and I were talking about this the other day. Like, what do I like? Everything and nothing. What do I do? Everything and nothing. What am I perfect at? Everything and nothing. It's like I am a free spirit with none of the free. I don't really know how to describe it, you guys. I don't know who I am. I like a little bit of everything, but am I really good at anything? No. Am I moderately good at a lot of things? Yes. And I think social media has given us the idea that we sort of need to be like perfect. Like if you're a potter, you need to be a potter. You need to put out pottery content constantly. You need to be like making pots all day long and like throwing new designs and like trying new things. And so here's my thing. Am I a potter? No, I'm a lady who's interested in pottery. I'm a lady who has a pottery wheel. I have a kiln, but I'm not a potter. Am I a makeup artist? No. Am I a lady who does makeup? Yes. I like makeup. I love doing it. I love talking about it. I love testing out new makeup. But I'm not a makeup artist. Am I a gardener? Well, I like gardening, but I'm not a master gardener. I don't really know that much about it. I like learning about it, but I don't feel confident enough to like call myself a gardener. So I'm like at this rock and hard place thing with myself where I'm like, what even are you? I'm a mom, but I'm not that seasoned enough of a mom to feel like I can talk about motherhood. I'm just this leaf floating in the wind to different places at different times, at different intervals. And I'm just like right now, I'm almost like having an identity crisis, but I'm not like, I don't know. I'm just pouring my heart out to you in hopes that maybe any of you can understand me. By the way, I'm using the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation and I'm just really buffing it in. Like very little of it, but really trying to buff it in so there's not like an obvious I'm wearing foundation because I'm just really not into that look right now. But I am just at this crossroads with myself where I'm really like, I am unhappy with the person I've become in so many ways. And I also simultaneously love who I'm becoming. I don't know how to describe it other than that. Okay, let me try. So things I really like about myself. I like that I am taking the slow life right now. Slowing down, trying to enjoy the little things, trying to really relish in the small moments of life and not take things too seriously and like be more spontaneous. Those are the things that I'm trying to do lately that I'm really trying to incorporate into my life. But the things that I'm having a hard time with are like time management, prioritizing things. I think we can all agree. We know I'm not good at that. I don't want you to agree because that's hurtful and frankly, ow. But I don't easily maintain structure being an adult. I don't know why it's so insanely difficult for me to do this kind of stuff. Sometimes I look around at people who are like cooking 3 meals a day for their kids, getting up, showering first thing, putting their makeup on. They're ready every single day. They do their stuff. They go to their job. They come home. They like every day. And I used to be one of those fucking people. I had a regular job where I worked. I would get up at 5:30 in the morning. I would get to work by 7. I would work all day long. I would get home at 6. I would hang out for the evening, go to bed, like eat my dinner. And then at the end of every day, I don't feel like, oh, that was a good day. I feel almost like, what did I even fucking do? It could be a day where I did a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know. I just feel overwhelmed a lot with how little I feel like I am doing in my life. But that's not even true. Like we're getting a ton of stuff done all the time. But I never feel like I'm doing anything or like I know what I'm doing or like I have some sort of direction in my life. Lately, especially, that's why I'm so quiet here on YouTube. It's not because I have no ideas. It's because I cannot categorize the ideas and feel like I can create them to fruition. I am so scattered that I'm like, what am I even doing? I can't even finish a sentence if you didn't notice. I could barely get my thought out without feeling like I'm just like, What am I trying to say? Have I even said anything for this entire video? So I'm still in therapy. I'm still working on myself, like constantly, you know, trying to better myself and trying to change my perspective and mindset and all of that. And, you know, none of this stuff is quick. It's all painfully slow. I'm trying to look really put together today, okay? So I'm trying to think what things in my life would really help me to get out of this space of feeling like, what are you even doing? When I look at people who I admire and I feel like are doing well, and I feel like have their, I hate to say shit together because I don't even know what I feel like that means. Like when I say shit together, what do I mean? That I don't constantly feel like they're sinking or like just kind of floating in space of like, what am I even supposed to be doing in this life? Those are people who wake up, get ready, and they're like ready every single day. And that's not something that I do. I do work from home. And so I'm not prioritizing that at all. So I think that's going to be something that I try to incorporate. I have had a lot of like lofty goals, especially for myself here online, YouTube, all this kind of stuff. And I prevent myself from these things. I like go into a level of inaction. I put too big of expectations onto myself to the point where I'm not doing anything instead of doing anything. I don't know if any of you can relate to this at all. Like, do you guys feel like you know what your purpose in life is? Or do you feel like our purpose just constantly shifts? Because the things that I'm thinking of now and the things that I'm finding myself wanting to do, I'm just so fundamentally a different person than I was 5 years ago that it baffles my mind that the things that I thought that I would be doing in the future and like loving and be interested in, and the things that I thought that would be who I was as a person now, they're so fundamentally different from the things that I was doing 5 years ago that I struggle, that I'm like, you change so much. Do you actually even know what you like? Because I was certain that by this point in my life, I was going to be a makeup artist, working on set, doing special effects makeup, coming out with my own beauty products. It is so far from who I am as a person now that I like don't even recognize that, because I'm not doing that at all. What am I doing now? Trying to go to work at farmers markets. I don't even want the money from them. I just want to work at a farmers market. Why? I want to sell things at a farmers market. If 2018 Kristi heard myself talking about selling things at a farmers market, I would have been like, no, that's not. What are you talking about? I think the shift and change came so quickly for me that it's throwing me off. I'm like, so all you want to do is freeze dry berries. Got it. So the things that you're fascinated with are learning about different species of bees. Got it. I don't know. It just hit me so fast that sometimes I feel a little bit of whiplash from the idea that what I was interested in morning, noon, and night is shifted so much that I am like, I don't even know how to put it. I'm just a mom who wants to work at a farmer's market and is trying to make connections with local farmers. And then sometimes I feel like I'm part of this industry that I don't know anymore. I feel like I'm having an existential crisis right now. I need to do my eyebrows. I still love makeup. I want to review it and I want to do all this stuff, but I feel like because I have these such different sides of myself, I feel like they're almost conflicting in a way. You can like more than one thing though. I need to remember that like it's okay to be into beauty, but also beats. Beauty and the beats. I don't know why I feel like people are like one-dimensional in that way, that like you have to have some sort of label that's like, I'm Kristi, I do makeup. And then when I get really into gardening, it's almost like I have to drop the other thing that I was interested in because I feel like, well, no, now you're into gardening. But it's okay to do both. I just don't know. Maybe it's like the toxicity of the internet that people sort of classify you into one category and then you fit into that category. And then when you no longer fit into that category, people are like, well, you were the makeup lady, now you're the garden lady. But I want to do both, but it's hard for me because I don't feel like I'm really good at either of them. I feel like I'm just, like I'm a half good singer. I'm a half good gardener. I'm a half good makeup lady. I'm a half good YouTuber. So sometimes I psych myself out of wanting to do any of it because I'm feeling like I have nothing to contribute really. But if this is relatable in any way, maybe you guys can let me know if like you feel the same way. But I feel like a lot of people don't really have a lot of direction. I've talked to a lot of people who I feel like are really doing well or doing really well with business and all these different things. And then you kind of talk to them and they kind of feel the same way as me. So maybe this is just the conundrum of life that we all kind of feel like we're floating aimlessly through space, and I'm trying to do my best to just be present and be okay with it, but it's almost like a feeling of inadequacy no matter where I'm at Because if I'm taking time to deal with the slow life and go to farmers markets and enjoy my day and spend time with my son and do all that stuff, immediately I feel guilty because I'm not putting enough effort and time into YouTube and enough effort and time into my job. And then I sit and have this conversation with my husband of how absolutely I am painfully aware of how this life is possible because of this incredible job that doesn't feel like a job, that does feel eternally grateful for and don't want to take for granted. And then the guilt starts to come in of like, you need to be putting more time and effort into it. But then when I put time and effort into something like YouTube, again, like I said, because I've sort of like categorized myself into these things, then other things start to fall to the wayside, like creativity and art. And then a lot of people will be like, well, why don't you just film yourself doing art? I filmed myself doing the mural in my son's room, right? The second it felt like work, I stopped doing it. And I know that this is a roadblock I am creating for myself and I need to talk to my therapist about it. But it is real. The second I felt like I had to film it for YouTube, I stopped doing it. I was working on that thing every single day. I was enjoying it. I was having so much fun. And then when it became like something I felt like I had to do for content, I haven't done it. And that is like the joke too. Like you see this all over the internet where people are like, everything is content. And that it is true. And it, while funny, at the same time, I think we have gotten to the point where truly everything is content. And if you're not filming it, it almost feels like, well, then why do it? Absolutely nuts. And I enjoy filming so much. I feel sometimes though, like I've fallen into the feeling that if I'm not as good as somebody else on the internet, I don't want to post it. I don't want to do it. If I'm like in any way less creative or less talented than somebody else on the internet, which you will be, because there are like the most creative, cool people ever on the internet, that I'm like, why try? But that's absolutely mind-blowingly crazy to me because I've never really been somebody like that. I'm somebody that just is like, post it. Who gives a shit? And I don't even give a shit really, but I clearly do. I'm just letting you into the chaos that is my brain lately. It's just back and forth, back and forth. Forget about it. Just post it. Nobody cares if it's perfect. No, you need it to be better than that. Well, why would you put in effort if you're not going to be? Well, maybe you should go to a level of inaction to where I overthink it to the point where I don't even want to do it. I don't even want to upload this because I don't want it to come off like I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I feel directionless. My point of this whole video is I'm sitting down right now. No excuses, no overthinking, no inaction. Just do. I don't need to do that anymore. I don't need to worry about if I'm the most perfect potter. You know what? The first people that started doing pottery sucked. Their first pot sucked. Their 15th pot probably sucked, but their 50th doesn't suck. There are people out there who play the guitar every single day and they suck at first and they can't do a chord at first. And you know what? They practice their way to doing well. I can be aware of all of this. I can preach it. I can say it. I can express it. I can give these lessons to my son and give this wisdom to him. And it's like almost that I can believe it when it's about somebody else, but I can't believe it's about me. I need to work on that significantly because it isn't true. If I put in the time and effort and practice, it will pay off for me too. And it doesn't have to. Like I don't have to be an expert at pottery to enjoy doing pottery. Like I don't have to. I just simply have to do it. And if I feel like moving on to a different thing, that's okay too. If I feel like moving on to like watercolor. So I was doing watercolors for a while there and then I haven't picked them back up again. And my mind tells me, well, you tried and failed at watercolor. No, I just kind of move on. I pick something up, I enjoy it while I enjoy it, and then I move on. Like right now I'm really into gardening and plants and landscaping. And if I'm not one day, it feels in my mind like I failed at that thing or I gave up on it. But it's not that I no longer enjoy it. I actually really enjoy doing watercolor. I just, not right now. It's almost like I'm like a perpetual hobby starter. And because I'm never perfect or long lasting at a lot of these things, I don't feel like I can claim any of them. Almost not claim them, but like I'm not a watercolor artist. Oh no, absolutely not at all. I'm not a gardener even. Like I don't know anything about plants really. I just kind of sometimes like them. I feel like because I am a hobby starter and not a hobby finisher, that I'm like directionless in a way. And I've always wanted to be somebody that is a finisher, but I'm way more of a starter. I don't know. Are any of you guys like that? I am somebody that will start a lot of different things and then halfway do them and never really I don't really full ass anything. I half ass everything. I don't half ass it when I'm doing it. I'm like actually working and doing my best job, but it's the fruition doesn't really exist much for me. It does sometimes. It's very, 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 very rare. But the house is always partially clean. The house is always partially decorated. It's very, very rare to see something go to its full potential because I almost self-sabotage before I get to that point. And I don't know why I'm like that. I need to unpack this in therapy, but it's not like that quick. And I really need some kind of solution for it because I've been half-assing things my entire life. And it's just gotten to a point where I'm like, all right, something's got to give. And I don't know what that thing is. Do I just need to retrain myself that like, you're not allowed to start a new thing until you finish that other thing? Maybe it's not that deep. Maybe it just like, yeah, you have to do things. Get over it. It's just who you are as a person. But it kind of drives me bonkers. I want to be a finisher. And I simply am just so far I'm not. I'm like somebody who will start like a million different projects and they'll be like really cool. And they'd be so cool if they were done. But I'm like, I get 87% of the way done. 87%. Almost everything that I do in my life is 87% good and finished. Never 100. Just so rarely 100 that I don't even know that it's possible for me to do it fully. And it drives me bananas. Finish it. I never will. Okay, I'm gonna throw some lashes on. I feel like I'm just all over the place. I don't feel like I've made one singular point in this video. And you know what people are gonna say? You have ADHD. And you know what? I have brought this up to my doctor. I have brought it up to my therapist. They don't think I do. Maybe I do. Maybe it just presents itself differently in women. Maybe, I don't know. My husband has it. He gets treatment for it. He is like the classic ADHD. And I don't feel like I am at all. I don't have like a lot of the different things for it, but I do have a lot of the different things for it as well. So I'm not like diagnosable in that regard. All this stuff still really plagues me. So maybe this is just the human condition, but tell me, do any of you finish things? Because I've seen artists that I follow on Instagram that start and finish a painting all the time. And I literally cannot imagine like starting and finishing a full painting. I'm like, how? Starting for sure. It doesn't, I guess I have finished things, but not recently. This is kind of more of like it's just getting worse as I'm getting older. It's not that bad. I need to get over it, but I don't know. This is coming off bummy. I'm really not bumming out that hard about it, but I am in a way of where I'm like, something's got to give and I need to figure out what that is for me, whether it's having more structure, whether it's having like making lists and sticking to those lists and doing things every day that just sort of tick things off that list to where I can stop self-sabotaging and start being a finisher. And if you guys have any tips, I would really love them because I'll even start doing really well. Like I'll get on the Peloton every day. I'll go for a while and do really well. And it's almost like it just doesn't become habit for me. I fall back into my old routine really easily. A lot of people have been like, you have ADHD, like who watch me and see the way that I am. And trust me, I've looked. I've talked to people, I've talked to my doctor, I've talked to everybody, and they just don't think so enough. Like it's almost like you have to be at the furthest end of the scale to be considered that something's going on. And I'm not just looking for another diagnosis, for God's sakes. I can take accountability that maybe it has nothing to do with a condition and that it's just me as a person. I'm not going to ignore the possibility that there might be something like that. Yeah, I don't want to blame something like, oh yeah, no, it's just because I have ADHD, like untreated. I don't know. I've never even considered that until my adult life. But I even see people out there with it that are like doing extremely awesome, amazing things. I am doing things. I think I'm discounting the things that I do because I'm spending my days in a really, really beautiful way that I feel good about as a mother. But because I am not good at prioritizing things, everything else falls to the wayside. Everything. Like my son is the focus and the only focus. And so much so that I am forgetting about everything else that I need to do or want to do to a detrimental level in my life. Like leaving behind work for weeks at a time because I am so laser focused on making sure that his life is rich and full and this and that and doing all these things and going to the library and going to the water park and going to blah, 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 doing all these things that I forget that longevity wise, me focusing on this, what I'm doing right now, is another important part of making sure that his life is rich in the future, not just the here and now, but like, you know, taking care of like myself and this job and maintaining like work and some sort of space for myself. I hope any of this is resonating. It's not just me like unloading all of this to the internet, who's probably like, just fucking do it, dude. I know. And I do. That's the thing. I do it. kinda, half-assedly. I'm so misunderstood. I can come off like I'm complaining. I'm not complaining, I'm just talking, and I don't have any fucking friends to talk to right now. You guys are my friends. Midlife crisis, I guess, babes. Feels like that sometimes, like I'm just having a good old midlife, but I'm not even in my midlife. I just guess I need some structure. That's really all it comes down to. I just need some structure to my day. And I think that things will start feeling better. And I've just got to prioritize making that structure clear and having clear boundaries around what I am going to do and not going to do each day. Like wake up, do this. Like just treat it like I have a regular 9 to 5, because my God, I did work that life for a very long time. I figured it out then. I made it work. Everything was normal, totally fine. And I didn't overthink every single decision that I made throughout my day. I just need to have structure. And I'm not a very structured person. I'm a very, I hate to say scatterbrained, but I kind of am. I'm just sort of, I said free spirit in a joking way earlier, and that's not ever a word I would use to describe myself. I don't think a lot of people would use that word to describe me. But I am a very like, free spirit, and the word flighty sticks a little more with me. Also a little more like, I don't necessarily ever have a structure to my days. I don't ever have like a structured schedule. I've always wanted to, and that's why I was always like, I upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I'm one of those people that's like very procrastinating last minute. I always wondered if these were just like regular personality traits in myself, but maybe there's something that I can fix, or do I just need to accept? Do you guys know? Fix or accept? I don't know. I'm gonna talk to my therapist about it tomorrow, because it's starting to get to the point where I'm like, all right, something's gotta give. I cannot continue life floating around like this. I need to have some structure. And maybe you guys can join me in finding that structure. I don't know. And then this is what I've been using again. This is the Powerful 5 Glossy Lip Oil, Hyaluronic Acid, almond oil, jojoba oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, oils. It's just like a glossy pink situation. And then I get rid of the butthole lip with the Tradish Mochalish. The Tradish Mochalish. If you didn't follow my channel before, you will after that. Wow, this revolutionary makeup is going to change everyone's life. I was watching a video of mine from back in the day, and I was like, who is that woman? Who? I didn't recognize myself almost. I was like, I'm funny, I'm witty, I'm together. I have like things that I'm doing. I have like sayings and this and that. And who was I? And I feel like I went through a complete shifting transition in becoming a mother. So much so that it's almost like I'm back in Teenageville, not knowing who the fuck I am, but simultaneously knowing exactly who I am and what I do and don't like. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. I so know clearly who I am as a person that if you were to ask me my hobbies and interests right now, I can like blurt them out to you. I can tell you the stuff that I watch, the things that I'm interested in, the things that I love. But at the same time, I am like, I have no idea. I don't know how to describe it. It's like an existential crisis, but it's not a crisis. I don't feel like it's ruining my life. I have things I love doing. I love going to the nursery. I love hanging out with people. Love, 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 love. Entertaining. I love landscaping and working on the yard and coming up with ideas and coming up with plans and doing things like that. I love playing with my child and like teaching him things. I love being a mother. I love doing makeup and connecting with you guys on YouTube and feeling beautiful. I love the human condition. I love talking about people and what sends us and drives us. I love talking about mental health. I love therapy. It helps me so much. I love my animals and getting my house to a certain vibe. Like there's like the feeling about it. And maybe it's just saying these things out loud and being okay with liking a lot of different things. And not being really good at any of them, but being okay at some of them, you know, and most of them. And I think that that's just kind of where I'm at. Like it sometimes feels like I am a jack of all trades, but a jack of no trades. Can anybody else relate to me on this? I don't know. I don't feel like anybody can, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. This makeup turned out absolutely stunning. I feel this is the makeup that makes me feel confident these days. This is the perfect makeup for me. Like we're talking the most understated, but very, very effective eye look. I feel like that's what this is. Also, I feel like I'm wanting to get into like TikTok and stuff like that. And I was talking about this in my last video, but again, I'm overthinking it. I'm doing the Kristi thing. This video even, I'm overthinking to the point where I do not want to upload this. And in fact, if I was doing my typical Kristi thing, I would just trash this video. I would trash it completely because I feel like I've been talking for 30 to 40 minutes and I have said nothing. I have said nothing. I don't even know what I've said. That's okay. I'm putting it out there. It's going up. And even if I'm misunderstood by everybody in the comments, that's okay. It's just how I'm feeling at this very moment. Scatterbrained as usual, but I'm going to work on it. And maybe we can do like sort of a challenge. Maybe I can do a challenge where it's like 30 days of you do XYZ every single day, see if it like changes my life, if I can make things routine and habit. I did get an air fryer, and I want to say that I've had it for 3 or 4 days, and it has already changed my life. Everybody's been on the air fryer kick for years, and I am just now getting into it. I have cooked 10 times more meals at home. They are fast, they are easy, they're 10 times healthier than what I was eating. I cannot believe I have waited so long. And so I want to do a favorites video talking about all of the things that have like literally started to change my life. Like I got a hose, life-changing hose, a stroller that has literally been game-changing for us as a family. And I've started to reach out to you guys and have you guys recommend things on Instagram. And oh my God, it has been like the best thing ever because you get real people's real recommendations in real time that are actually super helpful. Like this air fryer, I cannot believe I waited this long to get one, and how I'm eating broccoli, Brussels sprouts, beets, all these things that I feel were like a daunting task to me before are no longer a daunting task because they are cooked in 3 times faster than a normal thing in the oven, and they taste better, and they're just, I cannot with a freaking air fryer, and I can't believe I've been holding out this long because I thought, it's an oven. It's an oven that goes 10 times faster. That's what it is. It's the fastest oven ever on your countertop. You don't have to preheat your oven. You just put it in and it's done. But I have a video that I want to make, and I'm psyching myself out about it because I'm like, oh, I struggle with wanting to talk about these things, but recognizing how it sounds and how it comes off and feeling like I don't want people to think that I'm bitching all the time. I'm not. I'm simply talking, and my thoughts are very scattered because I have so many. And maybe what I need to do is sit down and take a topic and just deep dive into that one topic. I asked you guys on Instagram stories the other day what you guys wanted me to talk about and like what you want to see videos about. And it's so all over the place. I can't even believe how little it was about makeup, if I'm honest, and how much it was about just like the human condition and people and this and that and just like life. I love to connect with you guys and talk to you because it makes me feel significantly more normal and more just understood in many ways. Sometimes it's the opposite. Like I feel like sometimes, you know, and there's always going to be different opinions out there. And I don't want an echo chamber, but I think everybody wants to feel agreed with. So maybe in a way that I subconsciously would like an echo chamber in that way. I feel like a lot of us are that way. We're like, I don't want to live life in an echo chamber. But like when somebody criticizes you, it feels like way too serious or deep or hurtful. And so maybe subconsciously I do want people to just agree with me instead of, you know, disagree with me. I love uploading to YouTube and I really love connecting with you guys. I'm just an overthinker through and through to the point of inaction. And that's where I've been. And I know in my last video I talked about that I'm not prioritizing it, and I'm still continuing to harp on this topic, but it's kind of gotten to a point where I have to talk my way through it or I'm not going to do it. And that's where I'm at right now. So the next video that I upload is not going to be another get ready with me, but I do have some get ready with me coming. I want to do a get ready with me in my greenhouse because it's finished and I am ready to show it. And the reason I haven't yet is because I've been overthinking the video that I want to do with it. And so instead of doing it, I've done nothing with it. And it's been done for like 2 months. Like it's crazy to me because I was waiting for it to get done so that I could like show you guys. And then instead of showing you, I froze. I was like, I can't do it because it's not the perfect video. You know what's better than a perfect video? A video, anything, doing anything. I'm going to do it. I'm also planning on switching up my style sometimes because I feel sometimes too that I box myself into like a style where I'm like, I'm a garden mom now. So I buy all these garden mom dresses. I'm like, oh, some days I want to like dress like a 70s amazing like retro. And then I'm like, but you just bought all these garden mom dresses. You have to wear those. It's like, you can wear more than one style. You can. You don't have to, I don't have to box myself into a category, which I am that way. I am like, no, you're a garden mom now. So put on your garden mom dress and shut the fuck up. I am an ever evolving human and I can wear more than one style. Can I just say my hair looks significantly shiny today. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I am in it. I am loving it. This is shiny. All I've been using is this Function of Beauty shampoo. I bought it at Target. I really like it. When I talked about it on my stories, people were like, you will lose your hair from that. But then I had so many people that are like, not only did I not lose my hair from it, it's got shinier and healthier. I feel like I'm in that category. I feel like my hair is looking fantastic. This is not sponsored. I know a ton of people do sponsored stuff from Function of Beauty. I just bought it at Target and it smells divine. And I feel like my hair looks fantastic. Maybe it has nothing to do with that. Maybe it's because I round brushed my hair today. I don't know. Feeling like it just looks so healthy. This is all my virgin hair. I have no hair color. This is all just me. And I am kind of digging it. I kind of like the straighter hair. I've always had curly hair because I feel so unconfident with straight hair, but I kind of feel like I look amazing. Dare I say? Okay, well, I'm done with this video. I feel like it was one of the worst videos I've ever filmed in the history of YouTube. But sometimes what happens is, those are the videos you guys resonate with the most. Every video I've ever been like, this is trash and I'm deleting it, you guys are like, this is life-changing and it changed my perspective. So maybe this will do that. If for only one person, that's fine. Next video, gonna be a good one. Not gonna overthink it. All right, I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Bye.